do it because we are live now.
I want a genocide.
Genocide. I'm depending on COVID causing a genocide of scorpions.
Or COVID.
That's the important part.
Scorvid.
Because you don't want to pick a genocide of like races or something.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Welcome to the Itch Network podcast. Today is April 16th, and we're in the middle of the COVID scare.
How do you
Did
know
I get that right, Spence?
We're going to keep saying the middle until it's the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I get that right, Spence?
Yeah, you nailed it, dude.
Heck yeah. It's like I've heard you say it for years, 4 years, 5 years.
We've got some guests on the show. We have our old favorite, Teddy. He's our old favorite because he was on 2 weeks ago. Now he's old
Old timer out here.
We're bored of him now. Who cares? And now we have a new guest, Alex from Turbo Zone. Turbo.
What's up?
Howdy, y'all.
And of course, we're also on the channel, the Button Mappers, doing a lot of podcast type content. Make sure to check out all those channels. Majora T, all that stuff. Alex, how are you?
Yes. I'm about 6'4". I'm white.
What?
I'm listening.
That's the important. The first thing I want to know
That's how
about
I
you is
am.
your race, your height, and your race.
What kind of race are
You
you?
asked,
Wait, are you really
asked what
6'4"?
I am.
That's pretty tall.
No, I don't know. I'm just making shit up.
Okay.
Were you making the shit up about being white? Because that is important to how I view your character.
What's your economy?
I'm from I'm from Kentucky, so I have to like put on a facade. You know.
Do you live in Kentucky?
Yeah.
What facade do you have to put on?
Being
Everyone's
white.
like
Being
that.
white.
You're white or you're black. That's it. That's all it is in Kentucky.
I have to be socially accepted, so I'm white.
I'm Anglo-Saxon.
I just saw a meme where it's like Hispanic food. It's like a grocery store aisle. And it's like Hispanic food, Asian food, crackers, and at the bottom it says we're white, not crackers. It's white food, not crackers.
Goddamn.
I just imagine where Alex is from every day. He wakes up and it's like a musical where they sing as soon as they walk out of the house, but he's just singing about being white so the world knows.
I'm white. I'm white.
I love.
Now the time is right to invest to buy schools.
Oh man! But on this podcast, we talk about video games,
Yeah.
Clearly.
not race.
Who started it though?
Well,
Yeah.
I just want you to know that we're slowly gaining on you.
The only. I mean, I don't look it. I blend in.
I know with the lights right now.
I know.
No one would notice.
Yeah.
Good thing Rosie isn't here.
Oh,
Boys
right?
in the well.
Where is Rosie?
God, dude.
And I know he's around too because we just played D&D with him.
Yeah.
Or no,
Oh, he was
2
playing?
days ago.
He played on Tuesday.
Oh,
Dude.
you didn't tell me that. So offended.
Would you have played?
No, I would have.
Of course not. Then
You know,
why
I
would
would have
I
listened
care?
to you. I was listening to you. You tell me I listen.
We weren't streaming.
You didn't have to. I would have listened.
You would've
We're really close to being ready to stream, though.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
About when do you think we'll start streaming that?
Once I get better at DMing. No, I don't know. I gotta clear it with each member and make sure they're okay with it.
You should probably kill off my character before we do that.
Yes, that's kind of one of the things. Make sure everyone's happy with their characters and where they're going before we start streaming, because I know you're not exactly happy.
He never is.
You know what? Alex, what have you been playing this week in video game world?
Resident Evil 3.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Have you beaten it, or are you playing back on hard mode? Or?
No, I am running late to the party. I got it a few days after it came out.
Nice.
So I'm still playing through my first run right now.
Did you go Jill or?
That's all you can do. That's all you can do.
You can't.
Yeah, it's just Jack.
Jack.
It's just
Carlos
yeah.
or Jill.
Sadly, you only get one choice, and it's Jill. And then it's like switches back and forth, which I don't actually like that much.
I thought in the beginning of it you got to choose.
Are you too?
No, this, yeah,
Or one.
like this one's just a Jill story. I really appreciate this one because I don't like the original 3. Very much.
Really?
So yeah, it's like they tried to make the original format more action based in that game, and it just doesn't work for me. With like the like isometric camera and stuff.
Yeah.
It just looks it's very messy. So to actually play it in a format that like actually makes an action game playable is nice.
I know
It's a beautiful game. It looks great.
They didn't make 2 like an action game. I thought there wasn't even like a roll mechanic in that one.
No, 2's not more of an action game. 3 is, but at the same time, 3 was meant to be a add-on game. It was an expansion.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I was bummed because I heard through the grapevine. I don't know how true it is, but that like they're talking about redoing 4, and I'm like, why wouldn't they do Code Veronica?
I'm not the biggest fan of Code Veronica, and I don't think a lot of people are. If you think if you're comparing Code Veronica and 4, one's more definitive and better for gaming, but Code Veronica, I watched my brother play it. I never played it. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't feel like it had enough of a story worth telling. People were talking about them remaking 4 too, which I'm like, I don't think you should.
I get why they're doing 4. You know,
though. What is the purpose of redoing 4?
Money.
Yeah, money's nice, but
Bringing back cash cow.
But if you look at it, exactly, because if you're looking at it, they did. All right, so they did Street Fighter 5. Some people are upset. I don't really care, but they jumped over to like Monster Hunter. You do Resident Evil 7, and then they're also talking about Resident Evil 8, and then you go into like Resident Evil, the remake and things like that. I mean, it was like, oh my god, and there was a couple other things that they were doing.
Resident Evil 0.
I mean,
I've been waiting for a pause just to say I want Resident Evil 0.
I don't want a remake of Resident Evil 0.
Oh.
I enjoyed that one.
I mean, yeah, it was good. I had fun with it because Billy Cohen is the only Marine in there. So I'm like,
hey guys, let's just take out boxes so you can drop your shit on the floor. Isn't that nice?
Why not? I mean, realistically, that's what I do. I'm gonna leave this in the fucking ground, in the drawer, and I'll come back to it later. So, but I also get the concept of like, Zero's not scary.
Those fucking leeches?
Well, I mean, if you look at it, you have, no matter what, a companion. If you're playing the first Resident Evil, the first time you fight in the remake, you fight Lisa Trevor. First of all, what the fuck? You're not even expecting that. You're expecting some of the same old shit. Further back, you fight a Crimson Head for the first time. You're not expecting that. That's scary. And then in this one, you have leeches, right? But you got Billy, or if you're Rebecca, or if you're Billy, you've got Rebecca, and it's just like, whatever, we'll get through it.
Zero also like has trouble setting itself apart from the first game. Like the train section's really cool, but like beyond that, it's all just like feels like a retread of like things we've done before. So I don't see that game. I don't want that game to be remade.
We don't want things we've done before. We don't want remakes.
2 was good. 3 is stretching it. I think 4 is too much.
I think like 90% of what we're talking about today are remakes.
I think I know what
3 makes sense though, because they had the assets for Raccoon City from the 2 remake, so why not just go ahead and do 3? It makes total sense.
Release them together, apparently. That's a big room.
But you can get the whole collection on your console, like for your library. No, like for the PS4, they have almost every game.
Yeah. You can play every main story now in like some capacity.
Yeah. But fuck that remake. Just do it.
Well,
Spence, what are you been playing?
A copy of Resident Evil 4 next to Resident Evil 4. Anyway.
Dark Sage, you have an interesting game question. Go ahead, ask away. I have been playing a little bit of Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I'm gonna let Eric handle that one because I think he's the furthest. unless anybody else wants to claim stake to that.
I unfortunately, well, Troy's not on the podcast, but unfortunately, I watched him beat it.
So on the podcast.
The podcast. That definitely fucked up my perception of the story.
You would fit in so well here in Kentucky.
My mom's from Tennessee, and my dad's from Alabama. Wait, my dad's from Tennessee, my mom's from Alabama. So there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go, man.
I'm playing that. I've been playing way too many games. I'm just trying to find that next one once I'm done with Dragon Quest because that's
NASCAR. In Kentucky.
That's near the end. Dragon Quest is. But yeah, I'm dabbling in Persona 5 Royal. I was into Golf Story, and that's kind of where my struggle with that video came out, by the way. I was kind of deciding not to do Golf Story. I'm realizing I don't like golf games that much as it gets further.
Except for Rugrats in Paris, their golf was awesome.
What's the other one? Super Golf? Or it's a PS1 game.
Hot Shots Golf?
Hot Shots Golf, baby.
Or as I think they call it now, Everyone's Golf, right? Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah.
Normal people's
No, it's called
golf.
Everybody's.
Everybody.
It's like everybody's got, but they spell it wrong, so it says everybody is golf.
Mm.
We're all golf.
We have a question from Dark Sage. A game called Ghosts of Tsushima is coming out soon, and the Mongols are the main antagonists. Being a history nerd, I want them to be portrayed exactly how they were in real life: cruel, ruthless, sadistic, and brutal people. I am worried that the Mongols are going to be sugar-coated and downplayed because of how violent they were. In a case like this, should they hold back or should they go all out with the Mongols?
That's a valid question.
The game's Sucker Punch, right?
Yeah, it comes out May. I believe it's a week before Last of Us was supposed to come out by Sucker Punch. One of my favorite development companies because they made Infamous, and I like Infamous Second Son. It's one of my favorite games. But
I like Sly Cooper.
Yeah, Sly Cooper. But I don't think you really need to go that in depth with the Mongols to know that they're that serious. Yeah, I mean,
want
you don't need
at least one rape scene, but preferably 5.
I was trying to censor it. Now the video's demonetized, but whatever. Okay, but what I was saying is you don't need to show to tell.
That goes against everything I learned in kindergarten.
That's completely opposite. That's completely opposite, JD. It's show, don't tell.
In this, okay, but in this case, due to the subject matter, what it is, I think it's okay to tell, not show.
Insinuate.
You don't imply. You don't have to actually show it. And in fact, any game that actually, what game has actually shown that? That's public. And Sucker Punch isn't the one to do it.
Sucker Punch.
They're not going to do it. Hey, we released a superhero game about brotherly love, and we have a raccoon that's really stealthy. Let's talk about rape, you know?
That's the thing. I don't think there's a tasteful way to do rape. You know,
exactly,
like a tasteful way to do a rape scene.
So no.
Anyone here watch anime?
Oh, don't do that.
Is there gonna be an anime rape?
I'm right here. What are you talking about?
Goblin Slayer.
I watched it.
That wasn't the best.
The Goku?
I watched the Goku. It doesn't have a Goku.
Okay, so Goblin Slayer it's a medieval anime about a dude who just slays goblins. That's his entire life. He just eats, sleeps, breathes, slaying goblins. No face, always wearing his armor. And these first level adventurers go into this dungeon of goblins, and the girls in the party get raped by the goblins. Like immediately. Like the anime turns on and it's like, oh, happy-go-lucky, like this is gonna be a fun adventure, and then rape. And it completely threw me off. It made me feel sick to my stomach. And I was angry at these fucking goblin things, and I'm like, Goblin Slayer, do your slaying!
But is it tasteful? I don't think that's tasteful.
Wait, hold on.
It motivates you, but it's not.
It's uncomfortable. You can never be comfortable seeing a scene like that in anything.
Get that.
Movie or a game.
You can't.
Yeah.
No. It's like the only time I'm for castration.
Oh, God. Oh, Goblin.
Wait, hold on.
That's
So
what
you never
the
seen
show
these
is
guys?
called. Oh Goblin.
Oh my goblin.
Oh my god.
Oh, goblin. Oh.
So you never see this guy's face, right? He's just slaying goblins.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think there's any way to do the Huns, right? That's what he said.
Mongols.
Huns? Mongols, close enough. We've all seen Mulan. Come on. But there's no way to do
God,
that.
he had rape scene.
You don't remember seeing Mulan?
What?
Well, no, I was saying there was no rape scene in Mulan, so
There wasn't.
I think there was.
But there was goddamn Huns. Gotta stop them assholes, man. But either way, I don't think there's any way to do that. And I don't think you need to be that realistic about that element, because I mean they've talked about that game doing other elements differently. They talked about like how you could be like your dad or your grandfather or your uncle, whoever it was, is a samurai. But if you decide to be a ninja, your uncle, dad, whoever is gonna be like, bitch, you're not a samurai, is going to get upset at you and try and fight you. Like, they actually talked about that in their most recent, like, release and all that stuff. So I think they have more important things to worry about than trying to be like, man, you really hate these guys. I'm pretty sure they'll do fine.
I'm going to counter you and just say I think it'd be cool to see a rape QuickTime event.
Oh, my God.
Jam A. Hey. Push him off.
I'm off.
Silence.
I'm off.
No one's willing to say anything after that. Who else plays video
Spencer's
games?
the biggest fuckboy ever. God. Anyway, go ahead. What else? You know what, Eric? What you been playing?
The last round of games.
I don't even care anymore. What are you been playing, Eric?
Oh my god, I'm so glad you asked.
Thanks, man. God. Talk about Mongols. Here for some wholesome talk.
Final Fantasy VII Remake. I haven't played games in months, and that's like kind of a joke around here on the show, is that I pretty much just watch anime, play D&D, and sit on a video game podcast, and I never play games. Until Final Fantasy VII Remake got me, and I am on Chapter 9, and I've pretty much 100%ed everything so far that I'm aware of.
Now remember, Eric, we don't usually have to say this to you because you don't play games much, but you got to keep out of the spoilers. We got people that are still hoping to play more.
Of course.
I unfortunately know. I'm so upset. I'm so mad. I'm just trying to support Troy, and then this shit happened.
So yeah, I'm loving it. I think some of the new characters they added in it are kind of janky. They added a lot of content for like side quests and a lot of like character, just kind of like expansion and growth, so you know more about them. Like Biggs and Wedge and all that stuff. They're just adding more depth to the character that I never even knew was there.
Yeah,
they're taking their time telling the story. I think they're telling the story better than they did the first time through. I'm all for it. I'm fully enjoying this game right now. I'm like 20 hours in.
I've only played the demo so far. I haven't picked up the main game yet, and I plan to. But I played the demo a couple times, and I fucking hate Barrett's voice.
Really?
It sounds like what a Japanese man thinks a black person sounds like.
Hold on. Are you listening Japanese though?
No, I'm just playing. I just played the demo, so it's in English.
Oh.
It sounds like Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder.
It's actually a black man, by the way. I looked it up. He's actually black.
I hate his voice, man. It's terrible.
To me, he
never go
like
full
Barrett.
Tifa.
To me, he sounds like the Barrett in my head always.
Yeah,
really.
You the motherfucker, planet son, bitch. You're like, oh god, damn.
He's like a WWE wrestler.
Yeah.
And Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder, because like they get in that elevator scene, which is very early on. He's like, "You don't know what's going on with the planet. Can you hear it? I can hear it. Let me tell you."
It's a caricature, but they do that with like most of the black men in video games. I feel like Gears of War was like that too.
Dude, Coltrane was hilarious though.
I know, but it's an exaggeration.
All aboard the Coltrane! Woo-woo! I was like, sign me up. Let's get these bitches.
I'm not saying it's like wrong, but I mean, that's what it is.
There's a level of realism to Coltrane, to Barrett, to forget the guy from 13.
Yeah, it's like how many Black Final Fantasy characters have we had? I remember him and I remember Barrett.
Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah.
Had what's his name with the fro?
I can't remember.
That's all I remember.
Yeah,
because no one remembers that game.
Mm-hmm.
You only remember Lightning because she's the main character. You don't remember everybody else.
I remember the guy with the hat.
Snow? Yeah.
Snow, thank you. Yeah, Snow.
Could you imagine sitting in on like a Final Fantasy boardroom meeting with one of these games where there's a black character and they're like, black it up a little bit?
He's black. Nani kore? Not black enough.
But what's his character?
Give him a fro. But he's got a great story. Give him a fro.
He's a fro.
Whatever. But, I mean, give it some time. I think all the voice acting gets progressively better as you go on. Partly because you get used to the voices, but also because they do a better job. I kind of feel like they recorded it beginning to end with the voice actors. So they got more in the role. It starts to feel better and whatnot. From the scenes that I've seen, there's a lot of cringe lines that they've actually made better by the delivery. So Barrett's one of them. But yeah, he's definitely a wrestler. Majora T, what have you been playing?
Yo, the backlog's been crazy right now. I've been hitting it hard. I finished The Witcher 3.
Damn.
Roll. So I'm gonna wait a little bit to start that DLC, but I thought the experience was favorable, and so I'm enjoying some post play on Ukulele and the Impossible Lair. I got a platinum for that. It was my first platinum. And I just want to see how I enjoy it after the platinum. So that's been fun. Hitting that Elite 4 in Pokemon Crystal with my level 37 Geodude. Let's get it. And
let's get this bread. Let's
Yakuza 0, represent for my my Yakuza folks out there in 1980s Japan and also Mongolia. Shout out to my Mongolia.
Oh my god.
I love this.
Let's get my Mongolians on board. Represent.
They don't have enough representation in this media.
Clearly.
That's a shout out to you, Dark Sage.
That's what I've been playing.
Yeah. How'd you like Witcher?
Yeah, I loved it. It was my first real jump back into big modern AAA, I guess, game. I don't know if it's AAA or not, but that big budget game.
Yeah.
So
I have a big question for you on that, Teddy. Being that you just said also that you're not like much of a modern gamer, which I know obviously, but to the audience, you're not that much of a modern gamer, but you're jumping in, you're dipping your toes lately.
Dabbled.
Witcher 3 might be one of the most hyped games, and for good reason. I'm not saying not, but it might be one of the more hyped games to come out in years. So when you hear that hype and then you just finish playing it, does it live up to it? Are you disappointed by anything? Are you let down? Or what's your take on what modern best game there is? I guess you could say.
What's your question?
What's your take? Like, does it live up to the hype?
Are you done?
Sorry, Spencer.
Don't apologize.
Basically, long story short, does it live up to the hype?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I know I've heard the criticisms. Definitely things it could improve on, but I didn't even consider them while playing. I just really like the lore. And that's what I said 2 weeks ago or whatever. It just won me over in terms of just the narrative and the characters. So I didn't even care about a lot of that little stuff. Like I knew going into it in Novigrad, like that scene with the, like putting on the play, that was pretty whack, but whatever. In the grand scheme of things, it was still fun to just see like the environments and the characters and just these monsters and this constant thrill of like, where can I go? And, pushing those boundaries as far as exploration, because you don't have that luxury early on in the game of just being able to explore because of your level for your equipment or your character, but just working your way up. It's like the more you invest into it, the more you get pulled in. That's what I found. And I would play it again. I wouldn't mind.
Would you change any of your choices?
With the narrative and like just the options I picked. Yeah, so there was one that happened in like that first chapter, which was the big one that I'd want to see the difference for. As far as the other ones, I don't know. Like, I'm not aware what the big changes are. As far as the skill tree and stuff, I really found that after a while, I like the combat and alchemy branches and just combining the two. So I probably would have focused on those and not used the magic.
Did you get the quote unquote, and we don't have to discuss what it is, but the best ending?
I don't know. I don't know what qualifies best, so I don't know if what I got was best.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way you're playing this game.
That's right. Me too.
That's the right direction.
I got a different ending the first time I played it to the second time I played it. First one was very depressing.
Okay, no, I didn't get that one.
Okay.
No?
It's a lot of togetherness.
I like the way you're playing that game. Just figured that out.
Yeah. Not to be sexist, but who'd you end up with?
Yen.
That's the only answer.
How is
Why?
that
Who'd you end
sexist?
up with?
I'm confused.
Triss.
Okay.
I haven't beaten it, but Triss. I already know Triss.
I didn't end up with her, but I swung down on her in the courtyard.
Your boy's a sucker for redheads. So.
Be right back.
But it is, yeah, right. It is what it is. I have been playing. I don't have it. Resident Evil 3 remake.
Wow. Way to steal my answer.
I'm sorry, man. I've also been playing a little bit of Monster Hunter, a little bit of Overwatch, a little bit of Pillars of Eternity, a lot of Neo, a little bit of Final Fantasy 14, and your boy got invited to the Guilty Gear closed beta.
Yep.
So you know what's on.
Oh, you.
Oh, sorry, man.
Oh.
which is ideally my favorite. It's turning out to be my favorite fighting game. Unless Makoto's in Street Fighter V, Guilty Gear is my favorite fighting game because only one character. You remember the character I played in Guilty Gear when I used to come over to your old place?
Yes. Ask me the name. I won't be able to answer.
All right, I'll give you 3 names. What's his name? Soul. Don't answer to us it. Soul Bad Guy, Potemkin, or Slayer?
Slayer.
Thank you. Yes, Slayer, the vampire, and based off of the rock band, right? Slayer. Yeah. But I believe Potemkin's like a German band. Based off of all the bands, Slayer is a vampire who doesn't lose. He just gets tired of fighting you. So if he loses, he's just like, man, I'm bored. And I just love that character so much. And hits like a dump truck. So I can't hate. It's my boy. But anyway, he hasn't been announced yet. So I guess I got all these other fucking characters to try. We'll see what happens. Chip Zaniff is probably the character I'm going to play, which you saw, which is a German, I think a German song or German rock song or German band. So.
And he's a ninja.
Yes. All the characters are based off of rock.
Their names.
Yeah. Soul Bad Guy has, I think, Freebird on his head or on his belt, some shit like that. And then Kai Kisuke has an ability called Ride the Lightning. So, yeah, I don't follow
now
rock.
I got songs stuck in my head.
Yeah, right. You guys probably follow rock more than I do, obviously, but you know, it is.
Wow.
What you talking about? You know what Freebird is.
Wow.
You know that Freebird.
Okay.
When am I gonna cruise down my street in my 6'4"? All right, jocking these bitches, slapping these hoes.
Rockin' Green Day.
Sir, those are women. Do not be sexist.
Excuse me. Sorry. Last but not least, let's turn it up. Is this the right angle?
I was gonna. Well, you pointed wrong, but I was gonna say I'm surprised you're playing Neo. I thought you were kind of not feeling it.
I'm gritting my fucking teeth to beat that game, dude. There were some parts that were really good. I got a lightning enchanted weapon. You slow people down if you put lightning debilitation on them, which is great for bosses. But god damn it, I'm at the end of the game and I'm like, fucking end, man. I'm fucking done. So, hey, Let's see what happens.
What's in that cup?
Got toasted log.
Toasted?
Ooh.
Damn, toasted. Get toasted! All right, so then we're going up this. Wait.
I mean, technically, Alex said that he played Resident Evil 3. Did you play anything else?
Is it that?
Yeah,
that.
look right here.
That's what we see. Oh, it is up that way.
Did you play anything else besides Resident Evil 3?
Alex.
Oh, me? I'm sorry.
You didn't know where we were pointing.
We're going everywhere.
I actually can't see you two. I can see Spencer and Teddy, but you guys aren't popping up on my screen for some reason.
Oh, damn.
So I'm just talking to a black loading screen.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, he is black.
Funny jokes. Who are these guys? What else? I played a little bit of Pokemon Shield, trying to get through that. Trying very hard. And today I bought Beat Saber for the VR. I'm playing that a little.
Oh shit!
Oh, on what kind of VR?
PSVR. I know I'm not.
PSVR.
I'm not as advanced as you. You dirty. I don't know what you call yourselves. The people that play PC.
That's about as intense as we got with VR.
Actually, no. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I just went PSVR also.
Yeah, the Batman VR is good. I played.
Yeah.
That's good. Beat Saber I heard was good. I mean, granted, yeah.
So
exactly, right? Everyone could be like, oh, hey, I wish I was playing Half-Life Alyx, but it's okay. You can play what you want.
How long have you had the PSVR? How many games have you played on it?
I got it back in December, and I think so far, if I just roughly rounded up my library, I have about 30 games on the VR so far.
You have Danganronpa?
You have, but how many have you played?
Played through fully a couple of them, but I've like tested here and there. I've played like a little bit of Skyrim. I played Blood and Truth, which actually came with the VR. I have like Job Simulator. It's pretty fun.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, I have Job Simulator. I actually got a physical copy of that, and I bought it for like $50, and I looked up the value online, and it goes for like $100-something. I'm like, why is it so expensive?
What?
Jesus Christ! Yeah, I'm like, why is the physical version is so?
Gotta spend money to make money. You feel me, dog?
People can't get outside, so they gotta simulate it.
There you go. I got fired.
I got the
real life.
I beat the Wolfenstein VR game, like the Cyberpilot game, because it lasts like 2 hours. It was bullshit. It's like you just
didn't
pilot
answer
a mech
my
for
question
like
though.
3 missions. What? What's the question?
Have you played Danganronpa?
Oh,
Danganronpa.
No.
I watched the anime on it, so that's why I know about it.
the gameplay on it is not fun.
I tried to play it on the Vita, and it was boring.
Dude, all you did was like, wait, no, you didn't. You did, because you were telling me when we were playing. You're like, look at her tits. You're like, lean over. I was like, I will. But
the TC rating in that game is amazing.
but I've watched
the anime. Boob.
Excuse me. Wait, tit.
Tit.
It was actually a lot of fun. The anime. So I would think it would give you that same vibe. It gives me real Phoenix Wright vibes. If you had a VR Phoenix Wright, sick, right? So Danganronpa is sort of that in between. It's not bad. I recommend it, just based off the source material.
I'm gonna recommend Batman Arkham VR.
It's good.
I've almost picked that up a few times, and I'm like, man,
it's
you're goofing, man.
It's actually really good. I will say this: it was the first VR game I played for the PSVR. I was standing on the rug in my living room playing, and there's this part where in the very beginning, it's the title screen, and you're standing on top of a building in Gotham, and you can lean over the edge and look down. And as I was stepping forward to lean and look over the edge, my toes curled over the rug. Ooh. And my brain freaked the fuck out. It was like, you're on a ledge right now.
Oh my god!
And then his bat wings came up.
My sister and I we were playing Surgeon Simulator VR.
Oh yeah,
stupid as hell. But she was playing, and she was sitting in like this like kitchen chair trying to play, and she lost her balance, and she went to like catch yourself on the table in like in game and just like fell like straight forward onto the ground. It's like boom. It was so good.
Check out
have you guys used the aim controller
yet? No, I never bought that peripheral.
I did, and I've been playing Doom VFR, and that's probably my favorite VR game so far.
It's the first Doom.
It's like it's a companion to the first Doom, like like the 2016 Doom. It's like not the same story or anything, but it's pretty fun with the gun. Like I couldn't imagine playing that without the gun.
That's awesome.
So cool.
Well, I never got to that part. The what was the other VR game that I was loving? Rush of Blood, the one that's
Rush of Blood is fun. Yeah,
Rush of Blood. That one was really cool.
That one gives me motion sickness. So like, not a lot of them have given me motion sickness, but that one, like the moments where the cart gets moving really quick, like down hills and stuff, I'm like, ugh.
You guys are talking about the what's called
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Which, Spencer, by the way, they just announced that new episode for
Little Hope.
Man and Medan.
I'm so excited. I loved Man and Medan.
Are you non-ironically excited for that?
I am excited.
You didn't think that was the dumbest thing?
No, I mean I wouldn't say it was good, but I enjoy those types of games because of like the fact that like my goal in those types of games is to kill everybody. Is to make the worst choices.
It's great when the game kills someone off and doesn't tell you why they died.
Remember yes, absolutely.
That was Spencer when we played.
Yeah.
I was like, why is she dead?
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, she died too. Remember when she fell and hit her head? Like, no, I don't remember that at all.
Exactly.
What did the guy say in that game? There was a line from that game.
Oh shit. Toot sweet.
Yeah, I'm a guy who's toot sweet.
Who speaks like that?
There's just something about those kind of games. Like they're inherently cheesy, but I don't know. They're just like a fun party games. Like to get like a good like group of friends around.
You say so, man.
That's actually how we played it.
Were you there?
Yeah.
I was. Was he there, Spencer?
I was.
No, he was there for Until Dawn.
Oh, you weren't there for what's called?
You might have been on the Twitch chat for a little bit.
Man of Medan?
I was thinking Until Dawn.
Oh.
I don't know what Man of Medan is.
You watched this on Twitch. Play
it's more of the same.
A minute.
Yeah, it's like a spiritual successor.
Was that was the one where you guys were on the boat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And the guy said, I'm going to get out of here toot sweet.
I don't remember that part, but
it was shit, let me tell you.
My favorite.
And the Academy Award goes to... what's our first story, Spence? What you got?
Well, can I get
the release of the Man of Medan.
Can I talk about Metacritic?
That was the first story.
Fine, talk about Metacritic, dude.
All right, Metacritic. We have movies first. Movies are getting very low scores on here.
I wonder why.
Because you're not seeing them in theaters, maybe.
Maybe they're not Parasite, damn it.
Yeah, none of them are Parasite. One of them's got the best name we've ever talked about, though, in anything. But let's start with the beginning. Valley Girl with a 66.
Oof, great start.
Rated R. No, I don't know.
At the top.
That's the highest.
Highest
What?
TC.
66.
Cream of the crop. Cream of the crop.
Probably that TC that's bringing it up.
Oh.
Okay, I'm starting to wonder if these are like not maybe re-releases or something, because this one's American
YouTube
Psycho.
videos.
Gets a 64. That's a Christian Bale movie, right?
It was. Yeah.
I don't know why they're talking about it right now.
Good old CB.
But you got a 64. I don't know. I thought that one was all right. I don't know if I loved it, but next we have Stray Dolls. Do you know what that is? Somebody better go find them. Let me see
Stray Dogs.
This gets a 58. It's with I don't know any of these names, so I think it's foreign. Leaving India behind to break with a life of petty crime, Reese, played by Gitanjali Thapa, arrives stateside and gets a housekeeping job at the decidedly landlocked Tides Plaza Motel. I'm already bored with this movie. I don't want to hear about it anymore. And next we have my favorite, Butt Boy.
You won it.
Bubble.
Starring Angela Jones and Brad Potts.
Are you an ass man or a butt boy?
2019. What the fuck? Detective Fox loves work and alcohol. After going to AA, his sponsor, Chip, becomes the main suspect in his investigation of a missing child. Fox also starts believing that people are disappearing up Chip's butt.
Where can I watch this?
Probably Amazon. You gotta rent it though.
Oh my god, I want to see this so bad.
Don't die.
I feel dirty renting Butt Boy.
I want that in my bank statements.
I feel like the government's gonna be looking in on me and being like,
Yeah.
Click on that.
who?
He got Butt Boy. Get him.
I want to see somebody go to the theater and try to watch
He
it.
looks like a bubble.
Is that
2 for Butt Boy, please.
is that a Hobbit?
Butt Boy at 7:30.
I'll take the morning showing.
I love that the guy's name at the AA meetings is Chip because they get their AA chip, and then people are going up his ass.
I feel like those are unrelated, but that you just like people going up other people's asses.
Yeah, it's
I just-
$3.99 to
I
rent
just like all the butt.
from Amazon Prime. If you hate yourself,
Well, make sure you check out Butt Boy, rated R.
Chip. This is Chip. God.
And then the last one I have here is Underwater with Kristen Stewart. TJ Miller's in it. Remember that guy? I think he
Yeah, he's a comedian.
caused some trouble at TJ
Did he?
Miller. Yeah, he did some questionable things.
Who doesn't nowadays?
Yeah, he did some weird stuff though. He like caused trouble on a bus, like where I can't remember exactly what it is, but if one of you guys want to look it up, I don't know.
I'm looking it up right now. Keep going.
But this one is a crew of underwater researchers must scramble to safety after an earthquake devastates their subterranean laboratory. It's a Disney movie. PG-13
What?
out.
It's a
Was Butt
Disney
Boy a Disney movie?
Yeah, yeah. Butt Boy is also a Disney movie.
Nah, it's part of the MCU.
Butt Boy.
But what?
Butt Boy and Ant-Man.
The new Avenger, Butt Boy.
Butt Boy.
It's Butt Boy. No, 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 no.
Butt power.
Who can
Anal
defeat
activity.
Galactus?
Yeah.
I want a character named Butt Boy so that they have to put him in, and he's somehow an integral part of stopping Thanos.
Galact ass.
Galactus.
Oh my god.
The games are the exact same as last week.
Some bullshit at the top. I can tell
Top
you
of
that
the
much.
heap is Persona 5 Royal. You never see it coming, baby.
You just said heap, so yeah, keep going.
Next under that is Half-Life Alyx of 93, Animal Crossing New Horizons of 91,
No, you got a full life.
Final Fantasy 7
Not amount
Remake
much.
87, and Resident Evil 3 with an 80.
Yeah.
Did you find out what happened with that TJ Miller fellow?
Dude, there's a bomb threat. There's sexual assault. But this is all 2017 and 18. I don't know what happened in 2020.
Yeah.
Living it up.
2020's been
Yeah,
alright.
So I'm doing good.
No
Rehab.
bomb threats, no rapes. He's just
He's from Denver. Oh shit.
he's
At
barely
least
a
Butt
Mongol.
Boy has a respectable cast.
There you go. Butt Boy's not fucking around. Butt Boy's not yet.
Games that are coming out. Nothing is coming out worth of importance this month.
Might as well just say it, dude. You just said Butt Boy. Finish it.
But finish it.
Finish.
What do you mean to finish it? I did.
Mortal Kombat, dog.
Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, man. Finish
When?
him.
Hmm.
Dude, just finish the list.
I
Just
did
say
finish-
what's coming
I did finish the list already.
for gaming.
Yeah, it's Persona 5, Half-Life Alyx, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and Resident Evil 3.
You tell me there's nothing else that's being rated right now.
Well, I only do the top 5 that they list here, but if you want me to go in deeper, I have
Never mind.
Biped. Disaster Report 4, Summer Memories.
That took forever to come out, according to some people.
Yeah, that's a real good.
It's still shit. It's like Earth Defense Force. I love Earth Defense Force for the sake of watching people play it. For the sake of watching people play it. The minute you get fucking spiders in there, you can fuck right off. I don't give a shit.
There's spiders in Final Fantasy VII. You're welcome.
Where? Like, hold on. Like, legit spiders?
No.
Okay. I might be able to last.
Oh, Alex is a huge fan of Earth Defense Force.
Damn, Alex.
I heard he was offended. But, Alex, arachnophobia.
No, I was excited. I was excited.
Oh.
I think I got it mixed up.
Get
I was like,
what?
I got it mixed up.
Get the
Earth
fuck
Defense
out of
Force.
here.
See you guys later.
Well, JD's a big arachnophobe. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Any of you guys ever play Bloodborne?
Yeah, I beat it, I think, twice.
No, you didn't.
On the hardest difficulty, Spence?
Yeah.
Majora T, you play it?
No, I started
I
it
just think,
and
yeah.
that was it.
Okay.
Was out.
You get used to the game. Feeling good. You're in your Victorian era. Feeling good, feeling great, feeling good. How are you? You get to the fucking worst, scariest scene in any game ever. I think you were there for it. And I think, well, obviously Spencer was there, but I think you were there for it. You're in the Nightmare Frontier, aptly named. You walk through this huge door. See a giant ass spider hanging in front of you. Bigger than any other spider in the fucking game. And you're just like, that's no good. Walk a little bit forward. His little fucking spider brethren are there too. Now, he can't fit through the hallway that leads out there, but his little buddies can. You kill them, and then, games got clipping. He gets on his fucking hind legs and swings at you. Like, just fucking Mayweather on your ass. And it's the grossest fucking thing I've ever seen. And there's spiders in Neo, and fuck that game too, because you're hanging out, and then one drops on you. You're more than halfway through the game, and they go, by the way, new introduction, giant spiders drop on you, bite into your fucking neck. Fuck that game. Fuck all games with spiders in them. I almost lost my mind in Resident Evil 3. He was there in the first fucking area when those spiders fucking populate into your insides, and you have to throw them up.
How do you feel about bugs?
In general, I have a hard time with rad roaches, with
Scorpions.
Rad scorpions. Well, they're arachnids, so they're not bugs, but
Creepy
fuck them either
crawlers.
way. Fuck them either way.
Did you like Twilight Princess?
I had a hard time because that was the first dungeon. You gotta understand, I got Twilight Princess the same day I got the Wii. Obviously, it was a launch title, but I waited out front of Best Buy, got my copy, 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, whenever they open. I was like 10th in line. And I was like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Set everything up, got my shit ready. I was like, dude, I'm fucking Link. I'm swiping like he's swiping. Get into the first dungeon. You walk in the first goddamn room, just hanging there. That's it. And I said, I'm going to bed. I'm done. Done with this fucking bullshit. Same thing with Legend of Zelda. First time I played Legend of Zelda, fuck that shit. They didn't have to be that graphic at the time. I was still fucking freaked out. And my
the
worst
wrong mindset.
What do you mean?
I think I think your mindset should be, oh yeah, I get to kill this fucking thing,
I wish I was as brave
Fuck
as
the
you.
spider,
I really wish, but I hate the creepy crawlies. I hate the noises that they make. I've watched 8-Legged Freaks, and I want to shit myself every time I see that fucking commercial. No, spiders are no bueno.
My friend Pedro got a 77.
Is that the one with the banana?
Yeah.
Guys, I have banana phobia.
Banana phone.
Bananobia.
Potassis phobia.
JD's got a black one in this drawer.
You better stay out. You better watch.
Let the boy watch.
Oh man, what do we got for news, Spence?
The only news story I have is really dumb.
Share it.
But it's all I got. Maybe you got something better. I just find it kind of interesting. Jason Schreier
Yeah, Schreier.
is leaving Kotaku, and he cites Go Media as the reason.
Let's Go Media.
No.
Go Media is the parent company that took over Kotaku and other ones like Gizmodo and The Onion.
Wasn't he an editor-in-chief?
He was he the editor-in-chief? It just says he's a journalist.
Okay.
He could be the
That's
editor.
generous.
Could be the editor. I would assume they would name that quickly though. But he's specifically citing Go Media. And he quoted, "I've been through a lot of cataclysmic shifts because it always felt like through it all we were guided by people who always cared about journalism, and unfortunately I'm not sure that's the case anymore."
Huh.
We're not fans of Kotaku here.
So yeah. So I was gonna ask your guys' opinion. What do you guys think of Kotaku? When you need news, do you go straight there?
Yeah, they were trending on Twitter because some guy said that the Final Fantasy VII easy mode was too easy, and so then they changed. They changed the name of the article later.
Did they?
What they change it to?
I don't know the new title, but I clicked it and the title was different than everyone was posting.
Dude,
Pull it up.
they had that shit. That shit was hilarious to me because it wasn't a guy. It was Heather Alexandra.
Oh, is that our Heather?
Good old Heather.
Pink hair.
I got a Mike Fahey
Pink
here.
hair.
The difference between Final Fantasy VII's easy and normal modes is too drastic.
That's the problem.
Did Spencer write this article?
The funniest thing about it is so I was on Twitter and someone actually pointed out, you guys just dropped an article about Doom, and then before that, an article about Sekiro way back last year or this time, talking about how it was too hard and easy mode is never a bad word. And then this person's like, well, I never wrote that article. I'm like, yeah, but you're part of a collective. Like at the same time, you guys need to have a similar like theme. So you're saying Sekiro is too hard and easy mode isn't bad, and then someone else, Heather Alexander, is saying that the easy mode is too easy, and it's like, well, why'd you even fucking bother at that point? You know, it makes me think some of these people actually reviewed the game under easy, and
I think they're just trying to get clicks and views and all that.
How come
they're a business?
How come Final Fantasy doesn't have a hard mode?
It does when you beat it.
Oh, you have to beat it to get the hard mode?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's new, but it's hard mode, but you get all of your gear. So it's like a new game plus or something like that.
So it's like it's just like your normal Souls game. You get a new game plus things. You expect things to be harder.
You get to do like mission select and go through it, make everything harder.
Which, hey, cool. Fucking do it. Whatever. You're geared for it. Why not? You know, obviously there's secret bosses. Okay. There's secret bosses and things like that, and you know all that stuff. But you know, at the end of the day, it's just whatever. But I will say, what's you guys' take on, and not you, Spence, I know your opinion on difficulty.
Alex, you want to take that one?
Maybe he doesn't.
I'm trying to think of what to say. I haven't thought about it. You know,
there's nothing wrong with what you say. This is a place.
I'm just trying to formulate my thoughts. You know.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it depends on what the game is, and like I'm one of those guys that like if I play a game and I suck at it, I'm not like, oh man, this game is just too hard. I'm like, oh, dude, I suck. Just go play something else.
Right.
So.
Some of those NES games are just brutal, though. I don't know. I don't have the patience or like the stamina to play through. I think we've talked about like Metroid before. It's you know, abstract to a fault almost. Although I appreciate it, I couldn't beat something like that. And then to like the point of even some of these modern games, I feel like some of them may be just, you know, following that trope of being difficult for the sake of being difficult. Not to say all of them are. Yeah. And I'm not interested in that. I don't play games to be stressed out. I do it to relieve stress. So
I mean, I do like a challenge. I have played all the Souls games, so
Yeah.
I guess it's that.
Eric?
Neo is the Dark Souls of the Souls games.
I hate that.
I thought it was Dark Souls.
I hate
No, Dark Souls is no
of
longer the Dark
whatever.
Souls of Dark Souls games. Neo is.
It's not Neo. Neo still has a problem with difficulty.
I thought Cuphead was the Dark Souls of games, guys.
It's Sudoku.
No, man. Crash Bandicoot is the Dark Souls.
I hate that shit. You know, like just because something's hard, it's the Dark Souls. Like imagine if I was like, dude, Cuphead is the Pikmin of games. It's like what? It's like because Pikmin has good music and so does Cuphead, dude. I like Pikmin music. You know, it's like what the fuck are you talking about? Like that's the sense this makes. Like, oh yeah, it's the Dark Souls of games. It's like
You're not wrong. That's absolutely true. People look at it like that because they're just trying to equate shit.
yeah, it's like
It's not even
Everything again. Everything has to be a remake.
I wouldn't call that a remake. I just say oh, you're being funny. Whatever. Get you with the rock bottom.
Don't call it a remake.
Don't call it a remake. I've been here for years. Jeez.
It's a back cum.
That's all I have. Or all you have? I'm sorry.
League of Legends is balancing jungling.
We could talk about that.
Rick May, the voice actor of Star Fox 64's Peppy Hare and Andros passed away due to the coronavirus.
Yes.
So,
He
respect.
did his last barrel roll.
God rest his soul. Or is that how you do it?
Spectacles, testicles,
I'm not
wallet, and
Catholic.
watch.
Spectacles,
Testicles.
wallet,
Wallet and watch.
watch.
Austin Powers taught me that.
Good for you, Spencer.
Yeah,
You
baby.
say it every week.
Taught me how to love.
Have you brushed your teeth?
Good question. Let's see.
There's no news, man.
what about that Cooking Mama?
I will say
That
this.
Cooking Mama game.
Yeah.
I followed it when it was coming out. This is the main reason why I pointed this out. Crisis is appearing to be a re-release. The first Crisis.
Fuck, who wants to play that shit?
Coming to major platforms, including Switch.
So not major. I'm kidding. But from what I've heard, the first Crisis isn't actually people's favorite. It's actually Crisis 2. I could be wrong. But the urban environment as opposed to the jungle environment had led some credence.
Crisis was the
Iron Man, you're in the suit. You can switch.
yeah, but it's the sample testing for PC
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was.
hardware.
It was, yeah.
How are they putting that on the Switch then?
Well, everything's so far. It
Everything's
was
stronger.
the benchmark a long time ago.
Benchmark, that was the phrase. Yeah, 10 years ago. So how are they putting it on the Switch?
Yeah.
I mean, if they could put Doom Eternal on the Switch, I'm sure they could put that on the Switch.
That's a good point.
I mean, they put Mortal Kombat 11 on the Switch. It looked like shit, but it was there.
I would argue The Witcher looks better than Crisis for what they do. The facial expressions and things like that, and all everything that builds The Witcher, and they're putting that on the Switch. Fucking do it. Is it 60 frames? No, but you're gonna buy it because you're gonna play it on the go.
I
But-
think
On the toilet.
While you're at home.
that's sitting on the toilet.
The funniest thing
Sitting
about
on the
this
toilet.
is, but the
And flush.
anyway, they I don't know if you guys have Twitters. I have Twitter just so I keep up with other stuff.
He was just talking.
Oh, you have Twitter?
Just
There we go. Is it Majora T?
Majora T. The T is not for Twitter, contrary to popular belief, but I do have one.
I will find you.
He just referenced the article from Twitter.
Alex?
C button mappers.
Oh, C button mappers?
Z
Oh, wait,
button
that's
mappers.
Alex or
Yeah,
is
but
that you?
That's me. Yeah, I'm just running it.
C
have
button
one.
mappers.
Z. There you go.
Oh, Z. Oh, because the Z button. Ha ha ha.
Huh.
Z targeting.
I'll run with it.
Hey. There you go.
Spiders? Never mind.
Well, so on Twitter, they were talking about like Crisis, and they're like systems charging, and everyone's like, retweeting that shit, and they're like, oh my god, Twitter. fucking Crisis, and then it dropped and like we're re-releasing the same shit. It's not even a sequel. Which, granted, from what I hear, there was a third. It like ended things. There's like no point to keep going. So it's like, why do you even want to keep playing? Is the question. So with Crisis, I feel like it comes back to the concept of like Twitter hype and things like that and whatnot. This is an example of failed hype, in my opinion. Who cares about a remaster of a game?
Well, Final Fantasy VII.
It's not a remaster.
Well, the remaster got a shit ton of hype.
Good for them.
The remaster of Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, not The Last of Us.
Yeah,
it was remastered onto the PS4.
It was. Frame rate was better.
There's a lot of remastering that's sold really well.
I think the problem with that is those are games that people actually enjoy. And Crisis, from what I hear, is the weakest of the three. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. I don't know what you guys' take is on a remaster for
bringing it back to Sega, because I love those.
Let's talk about Sega.
Booklets on your wall over there.
I had Sega when I was a kid. We had
fancy store.
They remastered my least favorite version of Shining Force, the Resurrection of the Dark Dragon. They remastered that one, and I totally preferred Shining Force 2 over Shining Force 1. But they remastered that, and they never even got to the second one. I'm still waiting for my remaster in Shining Force 2. And starting with Crisis, I feel like it's one of those things where they're like, let's see how the market takes it. They got to start from the beginning with the story. We can bring in the elements from the other ones that were successful. Kind of like how they did, and I know this was a humongous flop, but the concept of the genre itself advanced, so they took features and brought it back. Warcraft 3 Reforged.
Yeah.
I know that was a huge flop, but they brought current features in RTS games and pulled it back into Warcraft 3 Reforged. And I totally believe they could do the same thing for a Crisis Remastered. I mean, when they remastered Final Fantasy VII, they brought the fast forward feature and they helped the controls along as well. So maybe they make a better Crisis 1 than was released originally.
Alex, Teddy, what do you want to get remastered? And why is it F-Zero?
Why wouldn't it be?
First of all, if you're not able to jump out and Falcon punch somebody, I'm upset.
You can spin your little car around, though.
Falcon! Yeah, do it, man.
Like
Sign me up.
You're like a F-Zero Sebulba.
Which is coming to the Switch. The original Pod Racers is coming to the Switch.
Oh yeah, that is, isn't it?
Yeah, which is actually, I actually like that game. That game was actually really fun. It taught me the concept of speed. Then I played Most Wanted. And then I was like, Need for Speed, baby. Anyway, keep going. What do you guys want? Remaster.
It's hard to say. I don't know that I need anything different from the way it was just available. I don't know that it needs to, like, if I can play Majora's Mask or Ocarina or F-Zero GX without having to hook up the old hardware, I'm fine. Like, they could do the touch-ups, but I don't want them to, like, possibly sacrifice something. Like, they did that with the Ocarina of Time on the 3DS or the Majora's Mask. They simplified it. They made it more accessible when it never had to be for its intrinsic artistic value. So I don't want them to sacrifice like what made some of those classic games so good to begin with.
Teddy, did we ask you this last week or 2 weeks ago? I think we did.
This question?
Something similar to that, I think. And then we were talking, I was like, Majora's Mask. I wanted to be that you wanted to be remastered or something like that. But
it's mentioned in multiple contexts. I like the game.
There you go. That's all that matters. Alex?
I'm going to say, just because I am such a big Sega fanboy. Yeah, Sonic 06. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, God.
No.
We're going to do
Adventure 2. Rolling around.
Rolling around at the speed of
sound. Got places to go, gotta. We're gonna mute you. Follow my rainbow.
You know how many we were about to bring him into the choir because you know how many times we've sang this song on this podcast?
We wake up and sing this song.
Yeah, we scream across the house at each other.
I would say the Jet Set Radio games, the first one and Future, are fantastic games that would definitely need a HD remaster.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're very.
I don't think
games
enough people know about that game.
I don't know what that is.
It's. I like the artistic like style of it.
Sorry, what was the game?
It's like you roller skate and you do some like kind of graffiti.
It's
Yeah.
a Sega Dreamcast.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
It was
It's
like,
kind of like
it was like the launch thing for the Xbox, original Xbox.
Future was, yeah. The first one was a
Future was, yeah.
It's like I would consider it like if you mix Tony Hawk with like a platformer almost, like you're like on inline skates and you're like in like certain areas of a city and you like tag stuff with graffiti and stuff you have mentioned. So
It's Tony Hawk meets Persona 5 minus the RPG.
And minus never seen it coming. All right. No, yeah, that's a good game for sure. Spence, what do you want?
Because apparently I've already answered this question.
Did you?
Apparently 2 weeks ago. I will instead say, wouldn't it be cool to have A Link to the Past, the way they did, or at least in the spirit of how they did.
Well, okay. Now I remember. We said Nintendo. Yeah. We said Nintendo. What do you want outside? Oh my god. Okay, no answer.
What do I want outside of Nintendo?
Outside of Nintendo, what do you want?
Oh.
It has to start with Sonic.
Sonic 06.
Sonic 3D Blast.
Outside of Nintendo, what do I want?
Yeah. You can't say Persona. That bullshit's already had its fucking
He
reign.
can say whatever he wants.
Just
not. We'll just go with the no Nintendo
I'm so
thing.
upset about fucking Persona.
Wait, Nintendo is the publisher, or it was on a Nintendo console?
It was a exclusive to Nintendo.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll weasel around on you. How about that?
Fine.
Go nuts.
Chrono Cross.
I'd take it.
Yeah,
I would take it.
Yeah.
Because I think that'd be a sick ass game.
And
if
then they'd have to
remastered
fucking
it.
do Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I think you're saying it
Hopefully
reverse.
they don't leave you high and dry on that.
But if they did Chrono Cross, imagine if they fixed Chronopolis. You know how much you would love that game then?
They'd have to redo the whole story.
Or the sea in general, whatever. They could do it. I believe it. If they could do it for Final Fantasy VII, they could do it for Chrono Cross.
Chrono
You know
Cross.
what's
What they
remaster?
fix?
They're...
I'm kidding. I don't want spoilers.
But
I love Dragon Quest VII, which is also like a remaster of the PS1 version on the 3DS, and they made it like really, visualized in 3D.
I loved it.
So I think it's
eight has Jessica, right? And all them.
The
only
voice acting.
I gotta be
have
honest with
Jessica
you.
and the other characters, right?
The only reason why I remember, I bought it for my
TC.
Shut up! I bought it for my brother, not you. I bought it for my brother for my birthday, for his birthday, right? And the only person I remembered is the Trunks-looking guy and Jessica. That's it. And then obviously every single time they're called Hero. So I'm just trying to follow along with you. So 8 is that one. 7 is what? Who's important?
Maribel.
Kiefer, Hero, Maribel. Who else? There's not too many people in the story, but what's characteristic is each of the islands that you go to, they're all like spruced throughout different time periods and epics. Is that right, Spence? I can't.
Yeah, so it starts out where the only place in the whole world is an island. And then you have to go back in time to different islands and solve whatever made them disappear. And then you go back to the future and they're back. And so there's it's amazing. I love that game.
The dialects are all particular to like different regions around the world, and it's really, you can pick it up if you're familiar with like how people talk, like the Z's, like maybe that's German, or French.
That
is interesting, and that's a huge game too.
80 hours. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's 90.
It's really good. It has a slow burn to it, but once you get in the groove, it's like super addictive to go back and forth.
Not a lot of people talk about 7, but that was probably one of my favorites.
I would agree.
If I remastered a game, I'd probably remaster either Final Fantasy Tactics, because I like that game a lot.
Wow.
My favorite Final Fantasy, whatever. Or I'd remaster God Hand,
Ooh, that's a good one.
because that's top 5 for me.
IGN can give it another low score, right?
Yeah, right. Give it another 4. Fuck it. Who cares? But no, God Hand's one of my favorite games just because of how outlandish it was. It was in the same vein. It was in the same era of like, well, obviously it was Clover, but them being so ridiculous with Beautiful Joe and all that stuff. And the character of the game itself is so fun to me. And games nowadays, if you guys notice, games nowadays aren't really all that funny. Like, off the top, I mean, I'm sure I've got to wait for Final Fantasy. I'm sure there's some funny parts in Final Fantasy because they have the material to do it. But like, for instance, one of the funniest things I remember Spencer actually told me when they talked about the the Killing Monsters trailer for Witcher, which is one of my favorite trailers of all time, is the Killing Monster trailer for Witcher. I can get anybody into Witcher because I'm like, oh my God, this is so fucking sick. But he's like, yeah, you were like killing monsters. He's like, who says that? I was like, bro, I'm sold. I'm gonna get this game now. So all that stuff, like humor and everything like that, is a surefire way to get me interested in a game. What do you want? Remastered. Shining Force.
Huh. I mentioned it earlier. Shining Force 2. I would love to have that remastered. Another 2. I'll give you 2 more quick ones. Beyond the Beyond for the PS1 and Legends of Dragoon for the PS1.
There's Beyond the Beyond 2 coming out, right?
Nope.
What?
Beyond the Beyond.
I think it is.
The Beyond.
Betond?
You know I can't spell. Oh, I'm thinking of something else.
Yep.
Eon.
I gotta say it like that. Why can't you just be like, no, man, I'm talking about this?
Because I did say that.
Like, I hurt my feelings, right? Okay, you just say you meant Beyond Two Souls.
Have any of you guys played Beyond the Beyond?
Still Beyond.
It's made by what's it called? Camelot.
Camelot also made Golden Sun and Shining Force.
You know how I know that?
Mario Golf.
And
Not
Mario
because
Golf,
you mentioned it.
Right.
Because yes, because you did mention it, but I remembered because I looked at the battle scene and I was like, I know what that looks like. And I played way too much Golden Sun, which is an amazing game if you've never played Golden Sun. Both of them, both Golden Suns.
Aren't there 3?
Some. After my dad left me, that was the best.
Boktai. I think Boktai was the 3rd thing, but it's not a Golden Sun game.
Wait, no, there were 3 Golden Suns though. I swear.
Yep, there is.
There's 3.
Boktai,
The third one-
Boktai was a Konami.
Oh, was
Yeah.
it? Okay.
That was the Sun game.
That was Shigeru. No, not Shigeru.
Shigeru Miyamoto from Konami. You know?
The guy that Eric hates.
Kenji Inafune.
Kojima? No.
Hideo Kojima. Yeah.
Yes, thank you for listening.
Oh, there we
That was
go.
Kojima?
Yeah.
That was Kojima.
Kojima
Yeah.
did that?
He Boktai where you have to go outside in the sun.
Yeah, with the thing.
Get out,
Gameplay
you
dances look
fucking
terrible in the sun.
peasants.
It's the anti-corona game.
Yeah.
Anti-Rona. Yeah. That's how
What
you
if they
do
did
it.
a remaster of Boktai for the iPhone?
It's called Goodbye.
The
instead of
iPhone.
Black Tie. Yeah, no, that's a good game.
All right, guys, that about wraps up the show. It's been a pleasure, everybody. Hopefully you guys come back. We love having you.
Thanks.
Just going with the
JD?
gesticulations, right?
I'm helping with the
You're
trying to spot Teddy here, you know what I'm saying?
not helping.
Because we out here scratching that itch here on this Itch Network podcast. You know what it is. Hit that subscribe.
Yeah.
Drop that like. Listen on Apple. Check out the button mappers.
We got Majora T. Make sure to check out Majora T.
He's a professional at
You
this.
could look at The Firm. You could look at Sonic. You could look at Doom 32X. You could look at a ceiling fan hanging. You could look at a red beach towel and some orange headphones, Nike.
I am so confused by this bit.
I'm just trying to make sense of what everyone's doing.
Whoa!
Make sure to check out Alex's channel, Turbo Zone. Turbo. Hey, Geeks and Gamers. You should have introduced yourself that way, by the way.
Yeah.
Next time.
That was too smart.
Geeks and Gamers?
Yeah, that's what he says at the beginning of his video.
Cats and kittens?
Hey, Geeks and Gamers.
That's what I say. Hey, cats and kittens. No, I say hey, geeks and gamers on my channel.
And also, absolutely, as Teddy mentioned, the button mappers. He's got his beautiful shades on right now.
Yeah. He wears his sunglasses at night, dog.
Just to block out all that
He's
shade.
He's
Straight
in mapper mode.
So, Alex, before we go, do you have anything you want to say to the people?
Stay safe and don't leave me alone.
Damn. Stay safe and fuck off.
Everybody be safe, and we'll see you guys in the future. Bye bye.
Hold on. What about Teddy? Does he have anything he wants to say?
I only say it to one person.
Oh, damn. That's.
And I gave it to Teddy last time.
No, I'm joking.
I've always only given it to. Oh, God.
I don't remember that.
I've always only given it to one person. You know.
6 more people, man.
Teddy, is there anything you want to say to the people?
If you're gonna give it to one person, give it to Alex. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, because I gave
Hey,
it.
Teddy, I'm gonna donate my thing to you. Okay, so if you want to take it.
Petty Teddy.
Petty Teddy.
You know what, Spencer? Do you have something to say before we go?
No, I always give it to you guys, the guests.
Well, I'm giving it to you.
I'm a gracious host. I want to give mine to Teddy.
I'm giving it back. I'm giving back.
Okay,
Spencer.
I'm taking from you. I've received yours, and now I'm giving it to Teddy. Teddy, do you have anything you want to say to the people?
No.
All right, then. We'll see you guys in the future.
Thank you.
No.